Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks and Gainy Titan, and you get 2 for the price of 1 on this particular episode. Because the battles are sufficiently short that I'm actually able to include 2 games, and the whole thing is less than 10 minutes. So we're on the Hidden Stug, and we're on Westfield encounter, and it's going to be a bit unusual Westfield encounter actually. Well, I'm not sure about Westfield encounter, but it's unusual for Westfield. However, I'm going to go to my favourite spot when I'm in a really stealthy tank, particularly one with decent mobility, and the Hidden Stug. It's the first time I've tried it with the Hidden Stug, but it worked out quite nicely and I would try it again. Basically it's the bushes at the end of the village here. Now I don't go right up into the village, because there's risk, particularly with turretless tank destroyers, when you're moving the tank, that you'd be spotted by a light tank up in the hills. So I just go under the crest of the ridge, so that I can't be seen from the north side. Generally, in the initial stage of the game, we don't want to get involved in the fighting on the north side. It's something that I have the option to get involved in later, because sometimes you can go to the edge of the village, and if your team has lost when they're crossing, they tend to cross over along the A line, or the B line at any rate. So you can go to the bushes there at the edge of the village and shoot across the field and get a few shots in and get some extra damage before the situation collapses completely. But if you're spotted here, or somebody comes down into the end of the village to this end of the map, basically you have to scarp or you have to run. Go back the way you came, get to the other side of the viaduct, and then reconsider your options. As you can see, I'm no sooner in position than I'm at a target to shoot at. Now normally it would be the opposite side of the map you'd be shooting, across the valley to where that Panzer IV H was being spotted by the light tank. But usually there'd be more tanks in your side down that end. There's just a light tank in his own at the moment, and usually the enemy tanks will be up there where the Panzer IV is, not down here in the village in the middle, because that's generally considered to be kind of a dumb place to be. And it is a dumb place to be, particularly in an encounter game, because it's just so easily spotted from the high ground, and there's so much cover and so many options for people on the high ground to shoot tanks in the village or in the cap circle on this map that you'd wonder why people go there, but they do, and they all suffer generally the same fate. The KV-1 had no real chance of spotting me. I'm firing at him through multiple layers of bushes. He'd have to pick the right one. The AMX ELC has a bit of a better chance. He's no chance of being unspotted really, but he's a bit of a better chance in that he's low profile. He can now use the carcasses of the dead tanks to hide behind. It's just a harder shot. But every time he peeks out, we can get a shot at him. And the enemy team have pretty much melted away. There's, 5 of them left. So Panzer 38 NA has been spotted on the slope. He's an easier shot, so I'm going to go for him and I'll let the AMX ELC, somebody else deal with him. There is a guy down there in the cap circle with him, although the guy in the cap circle looks like he loses, but then the Panzer, the AMX ELC gets killed in the next round. And there's only one enemy tank remaining, and presumably he's across the way, because I think every place else he'd be spotted. So I'm going to push forward to see if I can see him, and there he is. So on our T28E. I'm not in a position to shoot, don't have the gun elevation from the bottom of the valley, but I can spot him. And if he lives long enough, I'll get up there eventually. So he doesn't, but that's it, game over. That is a pretty decent score in a short game. You can generally do well in the early game in that location. Big problem is that you need to be aware of your surroundings, because if you're spotted there, and particularly if somebody sneaks up on you without you noticing them on the minimap and start shooting at you, you can take a few rounds or get moving and get out of there. You are a good bit from cover, from the nearest safety, which would be around the viaduct, and if they follow you into the valley, they can do quite a lot of damage, because people aren't necessarily set up to shoot them when they come in. But we got a first class mastery out of it, and now we're in Ghost Town with the captured KV-1. Ghost Town, yeah, everything It's tier 5 battle again, the same as the last one. Top tier is tier 5. And everything generally in Ghost Town takes place around the town, particularly around the square, the plaza in the middle, where those people shoot each other across the slopes. And it's, well, I'm sufficiently familiar with it at this stage that even with tanks, without much knowing the gun depression, you can make them work on it, because there's places where you can get the slope of the ground, you can get the ground to give you the gun depression that you would otherwise need. Well, look, KV-1 isn't too bad. And it's decently well armoured as well, and it's tier 5, so there's nothing massively hard hitting like that will just, well, I suppose the OIs or Japanese super heavies, but other than that, like, there's not a lot out there that's, you'll have time to react, basically, as long as you pay attention and keep an eye on what's going on around you. So people are going into the centre. I decided I'm coming up here, see if I can get fire across the square. Guys pushed in there a little bit too far, and you can see here, like, I mean, I'm pretty low down to the ground. There's not much of my tank showing. I really wish that OI Experimental hadn't done that. Yes, he's attracting all the fire, and I'm going to get a lot of shots off, but he's going to die. He's just exposing the whole tank, and there's no need for it. He could be a bit more subtle about it than that, and he's not going to achieve a whole lot by doing it. But I suppose the carcass of his tank will act as extra armour from particular directions. Now, I did get a little over focused here. I did not notice that I was taking fire from my left. Despite the fact the tank is there in the mini-map, it wasn't until the other smaller tank came in, the Swedish tank, that I spotted that the Panzer 5.4 was here. And it's fortunate he got tracked there, but I suppose there wasn't quite enough people shooting him. He's managed to do in my gun. I'm getting that a lot lately. I'm getting my gun damaged a lot. And I'm not sure why, whether they've changed the way module damage works and the gun just gets damaged a lot, or are people firing HE at me, or what exactly is going on. But I've had a lot of instances lately of guns damaged, and it's getting kind of annoying. But anyway, get rid of him, but the thing is, there's only 4 of us left. I'm alone, I don't have any support. The 2 guys just rush in, and because they rush in, they manage to take me out quite handily, because I can't focus on one or the other. And that's it. There's only 2 of us at that stage. The other tank that was on the other side of the town, one of them they just leave alone, and they focus fire on the BDR-G1B. And there's nothing really exciting to watch, and then they turn around and do the same thing with the OI Experimental. Both tanks were isolated, taken out by superior numbers in pretty short order, and without necessarily achieving a whole lot. So the final score, again, 1500 damage. This is pretty good for a tier 5. First, high caliber. Second class mastery this time, but we got a number of my experience as well. So I hope you found the 2 videos interesting. Thank you for watching. If you did, please give it a like. If you've not already done so, please give the channel a subscription. Bye for now. Catch you all again soon.